Yo, what's up, guys? It's Andrew from GarageBandProfessional.com. Today I'm going to be talking to you about latency in GarageBand and how to fix it. You can check out my article here at GarageBandProfessional.com/latency fix GarageBand. Excuse me. The funny thing about this topic is that it's a problem that's so easily fixed, but a lot of people seem to be having the issue. And I'm going to tell you right now the number one reason why people are having latency when they're using this software is because they're using a Bluetooth speaker. You cannot be using Bluetooth headphones or a Bluetooth speaker connected to your sound system when you're monitoring music, because there's latency. Essentially, the signal, it's taking a long time for the signal to express itself as music or as sound in your sound system. So you have to use something that's actually plugged in, because Bluetooth just isn't there yet. The wireless isn't there yet. There's going to be a delay caused by the conversion of the analog sound into the digital sound. So it's as simple as that, really. Just make sure that you have actual headphones. I recommend the Audio Technica. I forget what they're called, the MTHX30. They're pretty inexpensive and they work well. I recommend them. Or you can get actual monitors, big speakers. I don't have any right now, but maybe I'll get some in the future. But anyway, to answer the question about what is latency, as I said a few moments before, essentially it's the amount of time it takes for the signal to express itself in your sound system. That's what latency is. And if you're having a problem, it's probably because you're using a Bluetooth speaker, which is not a good move. But anyway, I'm just going to run through all the solutions I have here on this article, just in case that you have more problems, or excuse me, you have the problem because of another reason. So, let's just quickly run through the common sense ones. Disconnecting all your gear and then reconnecting it, and then rebooting GarageBand. That's the solution number one. Restart GarageBand. You can also try switching to Max built-in speakers rather than an external speaker if you're having latency issues. As I say here in this article, the reason why you're probably getting latency in this case is because there's some kind of an issue with how you've connected all your speaker system. So just, try to use the built-in speakers in the computer first, just to see if that eliminates the latency.
By the way, I got a present for you. Go to producersociety.com/free mixing cheat sheet. That'll put you on my list to get a free mixing cheat sheet. And I send all kinds of cool tips and stuff that I don't share anywhere else. You can also join my forum at forum.producersociety.com. For now, it's totally free to sign up, but in the future, I'll probably lock it down and then turn it into a full course platform.
Or solution number 5 is you can go into GarageBand preferences, click on audio, and then change your audio input to something, your output and your input to something else, and then just change it back, and then see if that fixes it. Make sure you're updated to the latest edition of GarageBand, and make sure you're using an appropriate interface. I use the Focusrite Sapphire 6 USB, which is no longer I don't think they create them anymore. The Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 is good too. And I also use the iRig HD2. The iRig HD2 is what I use primarily these days, just because I'm not hooking a mic and a guitar at the same time. I'm just hooking a guitar in. So I'll make sure to put all the links to that in the video description. How long is this video? Okay, we're not running out of time yet. Oh yeah, and you also have to make sure that when your audio interface is connected to GarageBand, that you have the appropriate configuration. Like you can see here in this picture that says input 1, input 2, input 1 plus 2. You have to make sure that you've selected the right one. So usually it's going to be input 1. See, when I used to use the Sapphire 6 USB when I wrote this article, you can see here it says Sapphire 6 USB input 1. So make sure that you've clicked the appropriate channel. And also, it's important, I have here solution number 10 is your monitoring button. Make sure your monitoring button is on, and make sure that If you have multiple channels, that the monitoring button isn't running on each channel. So you only only monitoring one channel at once, because if you're monitoring on a whole bunch of different channels, it's gonna take too much power and you're gonna cause latency. Another thing that you can do is you can delete really large old files that are taking too much RAM on your computer. So if you have a ton of movies or something and it's taking too much space, I would recommend getting an external hard drive. I have a Seagate, I think it's called. I'll put the link in the description. You can put a ton of files on it, and I don't know if you have a brand new MacBook or not, but these MacBooks, like, they don't have any space on them, so you practically need an external hard drive unless you want to pay money and put all your stuff on the iCloud. But I'm not down with that, so I just put it on a external hard drive. Another thing to do is that it's a possibility that you have too many plugins running. So you'll notice that all these solutions, they have something to do with either your connection and how you've connected things, or they have to do with how much power that your computer is needing at the time. So, if you have 100 plugins running at once and you have five different programs running, and you have 10 monitoring buttons running, your computer, it's taking a lot of work. Even though it doesn't seem like it's doing much, you're running all these different programs and all these different softwares. So yeah, there's going to be lag, and there's going to be a difficult for your computer to process all the signals. So make sure you have a reasonable amount of plugins. You're only monitoring on one channel, and things like that. Yeah, no wireless headphones, as I said before. One commenter told me that I have this as solution number 15, that if you add a gigabyte of RAM, that should help. So that kind of relates back to the other one of deleting all old files. Also, record only one track at a time. Sometimes getting a new cable is what you need to do. But by and large, the big thing here is that don't use a Bluetooth speaker. Don't use Bluetooth headphones. Make sure that you have everything connected properly. Make sure you don't have too many plugins running, and make sure that you don't have the monitoring button running on 10 different tracks at once. Just one track at a time. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this article, or excuse me, this video. I'm probably going to sign out now, and I'll talk to you in the next video. All right, bye.